Greetings, fellow Earthlings. Welcome back to Astrology Today. I'm your host, Mel Rose, and today is Wednesday, April 9, 2025. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for checking in on your regular current astrology. As you know, as above, so below. We look to the stars and the movements of the planets across the sky to give us some inkling or hint as to what kind of energies are impacting us in our daily lives. And hopefully we can use that information to navigate our own lives with more peace and prosperity. That is the name of the game, friends. And I'm so happy that you're here with me on this journey. The sun is in Aries today and the moon is in Virgo. The fiery spirit of the sun in Aries gives initiative as a pure expression of power and the desire for measurable progress, especially in our work, social, and civic lives. And the earthen spirit of Virgo guides our hand to pull out the weeds, edit the plan, sort what is viable from what is not, what is going to work from what is not going to work, right? Additionally, the moon is currently waxing gibbous. This is the time in our creative cycle when we're trying to tie up loose ends and bring some goals to completion. Be they accomplishments of great proportions or simply smaller steps in a bigger plan, we will celebrate their culmination this weekend with the full moon in Libra on Saturday. There are no exact aspects today aside from the moon being square to Jupiter here. A little warning not to let yourself get overwhelmed. But then if I look closer, look at that. In ongoing astrology, Jupiter is currently square to 3 other planets and the North Node. Now, we know that Jupiter in a square often has something to do with too much, because Jupiter likes to proliferate whatever energy is present. So 5 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares to Jupiter is here to say, friends, look out for overdoing it. Look out for saying too much, consuming too much, committing to more than you can realistically promise. Even if fantasizing can be overdone at this time, okay? These are days for moderation as we approach the full moon, reining in our impulses to make more powerful progress. Also, in ongoing astrology, I want to remind you about this triangular configuration with Mars on one end and Uranus at the apex. The third point, however, again, is shared by 3 planets and the lunar node, the North Lunar Node, all essentially conjunct at this time in Pisces. This conjunction of 4 placements in Pisces is really no small thing, and it precedes a conjunction that's coming up later this year where several planets will meet at the beginning of Aries. Conjunctions build intensity, and the North Node amplifies optimism. That these planets are swimming the waters of compassion in Pisces may increase our empathy and our desire for connection and healing. They may also increase our denial and our desire to escape. But we have this square to Jupiter saying, okay, let's not escape too much. Let's not fool ourselves about our limitations. But then we have this triangle anchored on changing stuff up, Uranus and Taurus, and giving grace in action with Mars in Cancer. These are earth and water signatures. This is a passive, creative vibration. It's both generative and easy if we're flexible about how our security is achieved. That's the Uranus and Taurus part. What does that mean? It could mean having a backup plan in case they don't have the thing you need at the store, or being ready to negotiate for a better rate on your rent, or taking a side gig to make ends meet, or meeting any of those challenges in the moment to improvise your way forward. Mars has courage, but in Cancer, it recognizes that sometimes you have to make lateral moves before you can make real progress. The key is to be ready to choose and act on alternatives at this time. And that's all I have for you today, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate your presence here. You can catch me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. right here to do a preview for the next couple of days astrology, and Sunday live on Sunday at 10 a.m. to do a live preview of the week ahead, as well as a tarot card reading Sundays at 10. That's when I do that. Thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you all in the next video.